Hey guys, Jacqueline here with Jacqueline G. Reads, and today I am doing my February wrap-up. This month I have read a total of 12 books, and I recommend all of them, so let's get started. Okay, so the first one is called Needing Her by Molly McAdams. It's a novella to From Ashes. Totally recommend this. If you loved Connor Green from Ashes, the detective, this story you're gonna love because he's the main character. Loved him. I rated this 4 stars on Goodreads. Loved it. Though the girl was kind of annoying, which with me, the main character girls are kind of annoying to me, but totally recommended this, so go get it. You can get it on Amazon cheap too. So the next book is The Distance Between Us by Casey West. Love this book. Gave it 4 stars on Goodreads. Love the dynamic of this story. I love that this is like, I absolutely love the characters in this book. It's, Cayman Myers. She's a 17-year-old girl. She comes from a poor family and falls in love with Xander Spence. Xander Spence. He's a rich boy. Same age. I think he's 17, 18. Loved him. Like, I wish there was a second book to this because I'd go pick it up. So, Casey West, how about making a second book? Anyways, I love that he didn't care that she didn't have money. The story gets a little bit dramatic, but it's good between the love and the dramatic. It's not like intense, but I love this. Oh, and this is for teens, so young adults. Young teen, young adult. Loved it. Go pick it. So the next book I've read all the books but in the play-by-play novels. And this is by J.C. Burton. It's called Melting the Ice. And now this is about a hockey player that falls in love with a fashion designer. Now if you read the book before this, I believe it's with Gray. It's with Gray. Now his sister, that you kind of get a glimpse into it in the story before this, falls in love with him. And now they had a thing in college, and then he kind of like broke it off. He was like, I'm doing my own thing type thing, like most guys. No offense. Totally love this. Recommend it. Give it 4 stars on Goodreads. Love this book. Love the series. Now the next book I am so excited for. The one I've been waiting for since the last book. And if you read the last book, and you know why. So okay, I guess you could say I love all my books that I read this month. I don't have any complaints about any of them, I don't think. I don't know. Okay, so this book is called Title by Emily Snow. And it's about a girl who is an actress, falls in love with her surf instructor because she has to be taught how to surf for the movie that she's in. So he teaches her because that's what the producer hired him for. Have this love-hate relationship for a while, and then they're like in love. She really didn't annoy me like most girl characters annoy the crap out of me. She was really good. So the next book, I have been waiting since I read the last book. So the last one was Wait For You. If you read that book, you know what I'm gonna say. Do I even need to say it? Yeah. So the next book is Be With Me by Jennifer Armentrout, but writing as Jalen. And if you don't know, Jalen is Jennifer Armentrout, but it's when she writes like adult novels or new adults, she writes as Jalen. She has another series where she writes as Jennifer Armentrout as herself, I guess. Whom I don't know. Love this book. I think I gave it 5 stars on Goodreads, and I don't normally do that. Okay, I do, but not a lot. Now, if you read Love, Wait For You, yeah, it's Wait For You. This girl, well, not her particular, but Tressa loved her. Normally, like I said, I normally get sick of the girls because they're so annoying. But she was really good. I cried in this book, okay? I thought it was so sweet and so heart-wrenching, too. Now, if you read this book, you know what I'm talking about. I'm thinking about doing an actual review on this book because I loved it so much, and I loved him. What's his name? I love Jace. Jace. Now, this book is about Jace and Tressa, which, if you don't know, Tressa is Cameron? I believe it's Cameron. I forget. It's been a while. It's Cameron's sister. Love their family dynamic. I love everything about Jace. He's kind of hiding. He doesn't really bring people around his family farm because he's got a little secret there. He trusts Tressa enough to share it. Oh my gosh. Let's talk about how he brings her cupcakes every time he sees her. Love this book. What can I say? The next 2 are a series that I love by Katie Evans, and it is the Real series. Now, I have yet to read Remy, but so far I have read these 2, and I loved it. Oh my god, I loved it. I love it so much. I loved Remy. Loved it. I love Remington. Now, okay, I love Brooke, but she annoyed the out of me, okay? And 3rd book. Now, not this book, I don't know why I just did that, is from Remingtons Love. His name. Oh my god. I really did love his name. I absolutely love him. Anyways, I believe Remy is the 3rd book, and I believe that's his point of view. And I don't know if it's like what you reread, basically, of the 2 books and his point of view. I don't know if that's going to be, like, boring. So, I don't know if I'm going to read it. I actually probably will because I loved them. Let's talk about the author. Katie Evans. I tweeted her and she tweeted me back. What? Yeah, that made my day. Basically, Remington and Brooke, she basically just got out of college. And she's been looking for a job. She goes to a fight with her friend, and Remington is a fighter. Anyway, Remington, I loved him. I thought he was a little overbearing sometimes, but I loved him. I loved that he cared so much about Brooke. Now, there were some times where I feel like Brooke took it for granted. In love, like, couldn't get enough of each other. When Remington hires Brooke on to his team, you know, to massage him, because she's a massage therapist, I believe, and they just start getting to know each other. He's been like loving her since like they first started. Since he met her at the fight, he had his eyes on her. A mental illness. She finds out he has like a mental illness where he's like bipolar. But like when he's bipolar, like his eyes go black and he doesn't remember hardly anything from when he has those like times that his eyes go black. When he like spazzes out, like not crazy spaz out, but like he gets angry, and it all has to do with like his family brought up and everything, and you start to find out about him through my books, because I forget all that I read. Okay, so the first 3 I actually read first of them, so I love these books too. Like I said, I loved all my books that I read. So the first book, I was lucky enough to actually, if you don't know, it's a website where you can request books before they come out, and they're like digital books. So the first book that I am going to talk about is Saving Quentin. Now this is the second book in the Breaking Nova series. Now I read the first book last month, and then I read the second book towards the end of the month, and it led into this month. It's by Jessica Sorensen, but it kind of made me like depressed, and the character's emotions. I felt like I knew what he was going through and what Nova was going through, and I felt like I was in the story itself. But Saving Quentin is intense. Breaking Nova is intense too. So if you're not really into the whole books that like kind of get you upset, and not really upset where you just want to like punch things, throw things, but kind of depressed where it gets you to. Now I rated this 5 stars on what Saving Quentin's about. If you haven't read this book, then you can fast forward to the other books. You can fast forward through this. If you don't really care, then just listen to me. Right? It's basically Saving Quentin's about this guy that Noah falls in love with. His name's Quentin. Him and Nova have been going through stuff. Nova lost her boyfriend to suicide, and he lost his girlfriend and cousin in a car accident that he caused, but it was an accident. He turns to drugs as a way to cope. So during this book, you can feel his struggle. You get inside his head, because it shows back and forth characters. So basically, you get a feel of what he's feeling. You get a feel of what Nova's feeling. Nova goes back and tries to find him, because at the end of the first, turns out when she, I think it was 6 months later, she tries to find him. They don't live at the same house anymore. He moved with his friends to Vegas. So she finds him in Vegas, and she tries to convince him to come with her. Get clean, come with her. Because he's a drug addict. He's on heroin. Well, he doesn't do heroin until the end, but he's on crystal meth. But it helped him cope, but it also made him, he kind of wanted to change, but he didn't know a way, because he had all these built up emotions from what he was feeling, because he never sat there and actually, like, he never actually coped with the death of his girlfriend and his cousin, and his family blames him for it, so you can only imagine how he's feeling. During the very end was intense. I think I bawled like a freaking baby. And no, I'm not really much of an emotional person outside of books and stuff. In reality, I'm kind of like, yeah. I do get emotional. My little boy kind of looks at me like, really, Mom? You're crying? Really? Like, yeah. So the second book I read in the beginning of the month was Choosing You. This is about a girl. Let me just give you. Okay, now there's the next 4 books in the series, but I've only read 2, and I plan on reading the next 2 next month. Now I freaking loved this series. I thought it was good. It was kind of like, I actually could not put it down, so I don't know if that's good or bad. Did this. I loved it. I loved Jade, and I loved Garrett. Now, they come from different worlds, not like outer space or anything, but they come from different places. Now, she is poor. She comes from a like trailer park area, and he comes from like mansions, big houses. Jade gets a scholarship to this college that she didn't apply for, so she was like, shoot, a full ride, I guess I'll go there, you know. She had a full ride scholarship to a private college in Connecticut. Then she meets Garrett on the first day, and he can't leave her. Like, he was hooked from like the first time seeing her. So he ends up in her life and showing up at her door, and the rest is history, right? Next book is Broken by Kelly Elliott. I love this book too. It's a country book. You know, it's based in Texas, where I love Layton. I loved him. I thought he was a fantastic character. I felt like the building of him and Whitley, them as a couple, was fantastic. But I felt like this book represented them fantastic. I felt like it showed Layton struggling. It showed Whitley struggling, and Mike, and that their brothers, they were on their own since like they were in high school, because the father, you know, after the mom died from cancer, he took off because he couldn't stand being on the land anymore. But he would send money for the property taxes, you know, so they can keep the farm and the family. So the last book I read is The Destiny of Violet and Luke. Now, this is part of the Coincidence series. It's book 3. Now, if you've read, they're the secondary characters in the book. Loved it. This book was kind of slow for me. I don't know why I gave it 4 stars. I did love it, but I didn't. I probably should have gave it like 3.5 if it would have let me, because it was kind of slow. Like, it couldn't, like, I don't know if I was like in a reading slump for reading so many books that I just couldn't comprehend. But it was so slow, so it took me like 4 days to read this. Normally it takes me like 2 days to read a book, because I'm kind of a slow reader. But I love this book. I thought it was very good, but I probably would have given it 3.5 stars. Towards the end, it started rocking my boots. I loved it towards the end of the book. you start to realize that they are
So
connected in a way. For my February wrap-up. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And make sure to go check out my Goodreads and follow me on Twitter. Bye!